Hello, Croeso i Gyd. Hello, everybody. How are you all doing? I'm here today with Mr. Harri Jenkins. We're going to be doing a little chat, a little conversation about his journey through sport and the InSport series. I'm James Ledger. I'm a T12 100 and 200 meter sprinter. And I'm joined by, I'll let you introduce yourself, Harri, and tell people a bit about you.
I'm Harri, and I'm Jenkins, and I'm a T33 100 meter wheelchair racer for Great Britain.
Fantastic. So, Harri, I know you've been in sport a while now. I've known you a long time. The king of Neath, as I like to call you. How do you get involved in sport?
It was such a long time ago. I must have been about 6 or 7, so I don't actually fully remember. I think originally how I got involved was through swimming. I think I used to go swimming just at local swimming lessons when I was like 5 or 6, just like because it's something like I could do.
Yeah.
Normally. So I used to just go to like the normal, and then I think someone must have said to my mother or something, there's a disabled swimming club that you can get him involved in. Yeah, so there's lots of different things because there was a session on a Saturday that the local DSW officer put on and stuff, and I used to go to that in Neath as well. So there's stuff like that I always used to get involved in, and then eventually I sort of made my way through the pathway system, and people sort of chose what sport I seem to enjoy and what I'd be good at. So that was really few years anyway, from about 6, 7 to about 13. I think I was sort of, they just put me through a few sports because I would do anything. So
I bet knowing you, and I know your mother as well, I'm sure she just wanted to keep you busy. I can imagine you were a very active child.
Yeah. Well, originally, because I actually, well, you know, I still am. I was in love with football growing up, and obviously I couldn't
Big Swans fan, yeah, Upper Swans.
Upper Swans. So yeah, I was just trying to get, because obviously I couldn't play football with the local team and stuff. So I was just trying to find a way for me to like sort of get that out somewhere else. So it was very good like that.
That's awesome. So you mentioned swimming. I know you've been involved in a lot of sports. Do you want to touch a bit about the other sports you've been involved with and your current sport?
I think the main ones that I was involved with were basketball and wheelchair racing. So I originally started in wheelchair racing when I was about 8 or 9, I think. I think it was through the InSport series. I just sort of came down, and I used to just I used to go when it was called the Wheelchair Spectacular, and I used to try every single sport. And then you sort of always used to find your favorites when you were little. So you used to, at the start, you used to go and try them all, and then by sort of like 2 hours in, you used to have your favorite 2 or 3 down, and those were the ones. So I think I sort of went to wheelchair racing for a bit, and then I ended up having to come out for medical reasons, really. And then I went back to the InSport series when I was about 14. And then I started playing basketball. I just played basketball there. And I sort of went, do you want to get involved in Cardiff Celts? And I sort of worked my way through wheelchair basketball for about 4 or 5 years and made the Great Britain under-22 team and stuff. So it was good. And then about 19, 20 years old, I just needed a change. So I decided to come back to wheelchair racing. They've been trying to get me back from wheelchair racing until I left. Any event, any multi-sport event I'd be at, like the school games, I'd see like Anthony or Nathan and people like that, and they'd be like, need to come back to wheelchair racing. And I'd always be like, nah, never gonna happen. And people say to me now, do you regret not going back? No, because it just wasn't the right time for me to come back. I needed to sort of come back and when I was ready. So yeah, that's
definitely. No, definitely. And you touched upon it there, going to the InSport series, which was called the Wheelchair Sport Spectacular. I think the name changed in, I think it's 2015. The event started over 15 years ago now.
I used to get a day off school. My mother used to let me have a day off school because at my school, I know obviously schools go now, but my mum used to give me, I think she used to let me have the afternoon off or something.
It's awesome.
So the Friday was always busy. It was always busy on the Saturday. So I was like, I'll be on the Friday because there's always people there. And she was like, fine. So I think a few times she got my school to go and stuff. So that was good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what did your peers think of the event?
Yeah, it was really good actually. I sort of don't remember, to be honest. It's really hard to remember stuff when you're a kid, but I still go now, obviously. So and then I feel last time I helped out, it must have been 2 years ago, 3 years ago maybe. I think it must have been when I started racing, but I was still, because I'm qualified basketball coach, I was helping out with the basketball.
Yeah.
And my old school were there, and they all come running over to me and stuff. So that was pretty awesome. That was fun. So yeah, it's good.
That's cool. So, events like this being put on in Wales, like, what is the impact? How important do you think events like this are?
Yeah, well, it was vital for me. I think I would have never played basketball, I don't think, without it. And I wouldn't have got back into racing. I always tell people a funny story of I was there helping out with basketball. Yeah, when I was about just before I made the change, and I sort of got circled by Anthony, Nathan, and Gerwin and Gemma, and they sort of said, "You have to come and just sit in a chair for a bit, a race chair." And I was still a bit like, "Oh, I don't know."
Yeah.
And then here I am. So yeah,
It's
that would
fantastic.
never have happened like this. So, and it's my career now, obviously. So at the minute, so yeah, I don't know what I'll be doing without it. So yeah, it's mad how things happen like that, but it wouldn't have happened without the InSport series.
Exactly. I think it just provides people that opportunity to try something new and try something they maybe have never tried before, like you,
Yeah,
the basketball.
it gives
That's spark the fire.
it gives people contacts. That's what you don't sort of. It's really odd to think, but
Mm.
you don't really know who to speak to.
Yeah.
Growing up as a young disabled person, or how to find sort of sport clubs, and then you go to that event and you find a sport you like, whatever it may be, however many sports, and it just gives you, as a parent or as a young adult, whatever you are, contact someone to speak to, how to get involved, where to find a club. It's all there for you, and yeah.
Because it is, I imagine it's quite scary. It is a whole new world. Our world we live in is completely different. And if you have never experienced it before, it is, opening them doors to the InSport series. It's just like completely new opportunities. There are endless. We provide so many opportunities in Disability Sport Wales, and it's just getting out there what we do and what we do with people.
I think that's the most important thing about it, is just showing people that there are options there, and it's all in one spot for people so they can find what they really want to do.
Exactly. So, you've had a pretty successful sporting career up to date. You're still a young pup, many years to go. What would you say your favourite kind of achievement is to date?
I don't know, to be honest. I think you know me, I'm quite like laid back with certain stuff, and I don't think, because I think once you finish the sport, I'll sort of sit back but there's obviously highlights. There's European gold was nice. I was happy just to make the world's team, but once I went there, I wanted to medal. So a bronze was okay this last year. And even in basketball, making that junior team, I'll always hold quite high, because
Definitely.
with my level of disability, it's not really sort of meant to be that good at a sport like basketball. And then you look at the team I was on. I think 6 or 7 of them went on to being the senior team that won the world champs 2 years ago. So to even make like a 12-man roster for that team is something I'll hold like as a big achievement for me. But I don't know. I don't think I've achieved enough yet. I'm just So
No, we all
I
know
don't
it's
really think about them.
yeah.
I'm still
Definitely.
journey. I'm still haven't been to a Paralympic Games, which has always been my goal since I was tiny. So that's just the one that I want to get to. So
Watch your space, man. That's
yeah.
it. Awesome. So, you can see that sport has obviously changed your life, and it's probably given you so many opportunities. Just want to talk about some of the opportunities sport has given you over your life.
Just the opportunity to see different places and the countries I've been to, just due to doing sport, is just mad. And the people I meet, the understanding of disability that I would never have had before. The way you can learn about your own disability by doing sport, the things you learn about what you sort of can't do and what you can do. You sort of learn about how your disability affects you a lot more, I think, when you're doing sports. So I think that was a big thing for me. And yeah, just being able to travel the world. Last year I went to Switzerland and Dubai and stuff. So they're not like the average countries that you'd go to, obviously. So I don't know if I went anywhere else. I went to Paris as well, to be fair. So yeah, it's stuff like that that you sort of enjoy, and obviously just getting to know new people that you've never met before, people from different countries that you would never speak to. So
even for me, like even speaking to another person who has a similar disability to me was completely amazing, because you could chat to somebody who had the same struggles as you, and they could do things in different way, and they could show you some of the tricks of the trade, as I like to call that, they do that may help you in your life day to day. I always found that extremely useful in terms of connecting with people with a disability. Has been awesome. Yeah. I can imagine this is probably a tough question, but who has inspired you, and who continues to inspire you?
I think this is a really open-ended question, because I think there's not one person who I'd be like, oh, they're my idol, they're who I want to aspire to be. There's like people on TV that, it doesn't have to be a sports person, just people who work hard. Obviously, the people who are in my class inspire me just because I want to be better than them.
Yeah.
I think that's an obvious inspiration. But even people like, I'm trying to think of, even people like, I don't know, The Rock, and you just see their work ethic and stuff, and how they work. And he's a TV film person, and his work ethic and stuff. And just, yeah, around, there's lots of people who work hard. I think that's who I sort of draw a comparison from when I'm being a bit of a lazy boy, and there's people doing a lot tougher things than having to go and train, and their work ethic's unbelievable. So anyone who sort of puts the work in and is committed to whatever they do sort of inspires me.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, so you've been in sport a long time, experienced many things. What advice would you give to somebody who wants to start their parasport journey? What advice would you give them?
Yeah, I think just make sure you're enjoying what you're doing. I think when you get involved in sport, it's quite easy to get in the motions of what you're doing. So I just say make sure you're enjoying it. Make sure you're committed to what you're doing. Make sure you've got good people around you. Make sure you can put yourself in the right places, like contacting the right people. So like we were speaking earlier, the people at DSW, people like Nathan Stevens and Gemma, who are involved in the Pathway program. They'll put you where you need to be. So just sort of getting involved. Make sure you get stuck into what you're doing. Yeah, it's a really weird one, but I think if you're enjoying something, you'll sort of go as far as you can in it, because you'll just want to get as good as you possibly can. So
I think that enjoyment is I think is a big word. You have to enjoy it. What it's like. Getting up in the morning when you're achy. Everything hurts, but you have to enjoy the fact that you have to get up and do it all again. So I think if you don't enjoy it, that will be a lot harder than it is.
Yeah, and I think if you look at the position we're in now in quarantine, if I wasn't getting up and enjoying what I was doing, it would be so easy to sort of slouch off and not be committed to what I'm doing each day. So I think that's another thing that you sort of, I don't think we'll ever be in this situation. Hopefully we'll never be in this situation again. But if you're ever put in a situation like this, I think it's key to have that goal and enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that fits so nicely with what I was just going to ask you about lockdown. It's a really tough situation we're in, and I can imagine a lot of people are struggling for motivation. So, you mentioned the kind of goal setting and having a goal to keeps you motivated. Is there any other specific tips that you would give to people to stay motivated?
Speak to other athletes. I think me and James are good friends. We speak. Him, and able-bodied athlete Ocean Jones speak once a week. So Yes, I think it's just to make sure that, because I'm by myself in quarantine at the minute as well. So I think motivation's been the toughest thing for me. But must just make sure you stay in contact with the people you normally would. I think is the most important thing that I found during quarantine. Is obviously stay in touch with my coaches and the rest of the Sport Wales team and people at DSW all the time. So yeah, it's just making sure that you're okay and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
I think, yeah, you said it earlier about surrounding yourself with the right people, and I think that you said it there, that having that people around you that keep you motivated, and keep you on track is key. Just to give a bit of context, me, Harry, and Oshan, we go for a coffee every week after sessions in Kinnernilk in Pontcanna.
Shout out Kinnernill.
Yeah.
Miss you, Kinnernill.
But we've had to have our own coffee at home over a Zoom call. But yeah, we regularly get that in, and an appearance from Stevie Morris sometimes as well, which is great. But yeah, I think having that connection with people, because that's one thing I'm missing, is that human interaction. So things like Zoom and Teams, what we're using now, is so important, just to stay connected and stay chat to your friends and your family. So yeah, it's so important. But yeah, no, thank you very much, Harry, for taking the time to chat to me on this lovely Saturday. I just want to point everyone, make sure you are following in the Disability Sport Wales social media accounts. Make sure you're following at Harri Jenkins to keep up to date with what he's doing, and make sure to check out our YouTube channel as well to see what we're doing to stay active in the current situation. So yeah, thank you all very much, and I'll see you all soon.
Cheers.
Yeah.
There you go, mate.